back to post to Newman. He's playing that loose man now. He's a great kick, we know that. Revolt wants it long in the pocket. Newman hasn't been able to get the right angle. Now he goes to another left footer and Grigg, and at least North have slowed it up. Marek takes a good mark, quickly off, 45 metres out, low, Revolt at the back. Well, that was really good in the end. Gee. It was so casual, I was going to give him a blast. But you can't give him a blast when he kicks one like that. Good when it comes off, Tim.
It is fantastic when it comes off, and Lingy, he really has got his wish here, because even though there hasn't been a lot of scoring, there's a lot of openness at the moment about the way this game's being played.
That is a remarkable kick.
Well, the boy, he's bunted it into the ground here.
Yes.
Bang. Oh. Anyway,
I originally thought he was going to try and kick it to Edwards in the goal square.
Like one of my short irons.
That would be against the forwards.
North are having trouble going into the 50 because they had loose man back all the time.
Well, and then it was actually McMahon that actually came up to Newman. And then
drives it inside the 50. Petrie was up to knock it forward.
Yeah, did well, Petrie, didn't he? Played it out as a defender. Harper to Swallow. But again, the number that Newman got a rather awkward one, and now Marek running hard. Not a great kick. Harvey, first time we've really called him. He wanted to go Harvey and then goes short to Anthony.
That's a poor kick, though.
It's awful in 2008. You feel like when North get the ball, they're having a lot of problem in penetrating the lines. It's not quite the cluster, but that's a good long bomb, and we're back to all square. Good kick by Anthony, that one.
There's a bounce, and a second. Takes them on. Now Grimer elects not to take them on, goes back. Right, McMahon, stationary target, holding the ball, advantage is paid. Nahas will go in and kick a goal. Well, that was lamentable.
So far, but it's pretty tight. Neither team have got a lot of blokes that have played 100 games. There's only 11 out there of the 44, so it's a bit of a test for the maturity of both these clubs today. Tarrant did very well, and then getting back, North have got a good chance here. Harper's so quick.
North Melbourne and their explosion in the middle of the ground, just holding it together.
Twice he's kicked 3 goals this year. That was an interesting little side shuffle. It was a wobbly old goal.
It ended up in a Hawthorn player's hands, but then it was Pendlebury that got penalised in the end, so it's the first one that goes to ground with the ball.
So Tuck took it out of there, and he might be gone here.
Took it out of the ruck. No, took it out of the ruck. Right there, thank you. Right there, thanks.
Just watch this terrible bounce too. It actually brought him into the contest, the fact that the ball went so wide. I mean, what else? You know,
Goldstein was probably.
He wasn't contesting the actual ruck itself. It's just that the bounce was so poor, he was grabbing hold of the ball.
So Lockie Hansen, the beneficiary, 9 goals in his 4 games coming into this. That funny old run up, but that straight kick, and North finish this quarter with a real burst, don't they?
They've been powerful.
You don't
understand the game if you make decisions like that.
Is it 1 out, all out? We could be without umpires shortly, Bruce.
Goldstein. Good goal. That makes you feel good. There's the bloke that's starting to roll, Cochin.
Just watch this explosion from the stoppage. There he was, face to face with Swallow, just pouncing on that ball, and the finish. He is a star, this young man.
He doesn't hurt you quite like a Cochin or Deledio, but he accumulates very well, doesn't he?
Yep.
He's an inside player. Well done, Harper, but he got held up and he got it whipped away. Post involved. Then Conker. It was an awkward-looking kicking style. He gets it down the line. Tiger supporters are going to yell for everything here. McGuan, Edwards. That was okay, and then McGuan was able to boost it forward. Now Revolt engaging again. Thompson, Deledio. Well done. Hooley can kick a goal. He's a beautiful long left foot kick.
Good little handball there from Deledio, and we know that Hooley is a wonderful finisher, a really good field kicker.
Fortunately for the Tigers, and the mark is taken by Thompson. He's doing well, Thompson. And that's a nice kick coming out too. Finds Harper. Not much up ahead. Anthony's got it. That's the criticism on him, what he does in that situation, but he played it brilliantly. Gave it to Wells, who is silky. Harper just lets the little fella continue his run, then ignores him. I thought he was going to give it to Harvey all the way. So did the defence, and then he thought, no, went the distance.
Hands in the clever hands by Daniel Wells. They are a good footy team to watch.
And this is a good game to watch right now. Cunnington getting forward. Tarrant. And then a careful kick by Gibson. Gee, Harvey was good there, the old fella.
50.
Oh, dear.
The first quarter a bit. Richmond started well, didn't they? Now North come back. So Harvey gets the goal and North get a little bit of breathing space. Fair enough, I reckon.
Yeah.
So North now are really going all right. Harvey, well, he misses the target. Petrie's been kept under control. Well, he did enough there to put Deledio off a bit. And then Rance on the up. It was a danger ball for Marrick. And he's play on. And well, the umpire's made a good call there.
Gee, Deledio's in trouble here. He just got a free kick against him because he thought that there was a free kick for him. There you go.
Under 52, Tim.
Oh, that's terrible.
So what happened there, Tim?
Well, Deledio thought that he was taken above the shoulders, which he was, okay? And as soon as the play stopped, he went to the umpire, he pointed at him, he said it was a free kick.
Gee, you don't want to give Petrie and Harvey goals, and that's what the Kangaroos have got in the last minute.
So he didn't sort of admonish the umpire publicly, really, did he? I mean, it's almost off Broadway, the conversation going on behind the play, but the umpire's got him for that.
Yep. Just watch this again. Like here's the free kick. That was above the shoulder of the first tackle. So, okay, that should have been a free kick. Actually, that's the second one. There's Deledio there in the middle of the screen, almost behind the post. The umpire moves in, pays a free kick against him, and then he has something more to say, the umpire. Now he needs to go to the bench and he needs to calm down Deledio.
And someone from Richmond needs to get control out there. One of the leaders needs to say.
And the opposition have lost theirs in this quarter. Adams over the top. Ferrito took the step, bangs it to full forward. Big play this. Brought down. Harvey couldn't quite. Then on the up, Ellis got pushed in the back. Kicked away by Conker. They want it to go out. Wells will be dangerous. Wells gets it. And he is dangerous. Very dangerous. It was touched. Play on. And they do play on. And they'll get a goal anyway. And the Kangas might be going to the 8. It's early, I know. Deledio on the burst, though.
He's a terrific player.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a very good decision maker when he's got the ball in his hands as well. Unlike a number of Richmond players who just haven't shown nearly enough poise or class in his first half.
I think Deledio grew up barracking for the Cats as well. There's a hurried kick inside the forward 50. Maybe they could send a delegation down to Punt Road the next few weeks. Hand pass from Jackson comes across. Snapped by Martin. Marked in the goal square by Edwards, and he pops it through. Eventually.
Well, this is the perfect scenario, isn't it? That Richmond, I think, will get the last goal of the first half and close the margin. Actually, Tim, the last 5 or 10 minutes have been pretty good.
No, it's been good. They just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard, but it's been good, and they really deserve
the
that
forward
goal.
50. Petrie couldn't hang on. Step to step was Rance. Morris gives it to Moore. Back to Morris. He accelerates through the opposition's goal square. Has a couple of bounces. Look at him run. Morris comes outside the defensive 50. Sends it up towards the wing. Now the Tigers would like it, I think, to bounce out of bounds. No, they wouldn't. It's worked out okay for Revolt. Well done by Morris initially. Now Tuck goes long to full forward. Strength shown by Martin, and they get a goal. How about that, end to end?
So there's Revolt with a handball over the top. This is a long, deep, penetrating kick. Now McMahon's in all sorts of trouble there. And such a good one-on-one player, Martin. If they can isolate that, that's a win for the Tigers.
2-5 Swallow. Gee, Morris, how good was that? And then post. See what a moment ago, Tim. We just saw why Lockie Hanson's not a top-class footballer. He had to take that mark a minute ago.
Yep.
It was a poor effort, and it could cost North Melbourne. Tuck, good tackle, but going through Conker to Ellis, goes back to Morris. Jackson didn't get the right bounce. Now he's got time, Jackson, to sum it up. Lovely kick, Jackson. That was clever. He's kicked a couple of behinds from the angles. If he had a 60% chance a moment ago, he's a 90% chance from here. And Richmond are coming hard. This to square the match. He's got it. It's all square at the G. He's in the conversation, Jim. Marked by Bastanak. So can North now get something going? It's been a long, long time since they've kicked a goal. Bastanek to full forward. This has not worked for them so far. Hanson's just got to get himself more involved there and help Petrie because he's being stitched up.
No.
Oh, that's involvement. Moore's had a brain fail.
Right here.
Moore's a pity.
Right here, Drew. You must go back on the line, okay? Right there, Drew. Back here. Back here. Now 2 metres more. 2 metres further.
What would Alistair Clark say? I mean, he would have belted the window out after something like that. I mean,
One more metre. Right here.
they were winning Hawthorn too. So against the odds here, North may get themselves back in front. You felt like they needed a gift, didn't you? And they get it.
Yep.
And Petrie, we've got a 50-metre penalty to go in the first half, gets that one there. Well done. The other one because he could play the big part, couldn't he? Revolt. And then off a step, kicks to a dangerous spot. Martin, McMahon, well done. Ferrito possibly held on to. Atlee's a dasher, put Wells under the pump. Conker was wonderful. Naha slaps these up. They're bread and butter for him, and they are delicious.
That's just great defensive play there. Wells looked like he was going to be able to clear the ball. It was a smother. And then the Richmond
Conker will hold up.
Rance was just unbelievable then. The work that he did to get back there was just fantastic.
Well played by
kick.
McMillan. Now Swallow just fumbly there, and that he gets it to right inside. McMillan kicks to full forward, bouncing is a goal. Can you believe it? They're back in front.
Wow.
That was a bit lucky, but it rolled it home.
In this game.
So that's a big difference to him, isn't it? A big for a small. So
That's a good move, though.
Yep. So Marich gets it out to Conker, to Martin, back to Conker. Good run by the Tigers. That was a sloppy kick, but it's okay. I reckon Edwards has been pretty important. Now he's taken his time here. Is he looking for a longer kick? Is he looking? Well, he has given it off. Now this guy could dob this, Martin. It could go all the way for a goal, and it has.
For him to come around, but didn't exert any influence on the play. After it goes Gibson. Standing in the road is Ferrito. Defiantly comes away. Drives it towards the outer side. It's 2-on-1 here. Anthony, if he can win this football. No, he can't. Well done by Hooley. Adams was on for the hand pass had he won it. Comes across towards Ellis. Ellis then with the clock down at 40 seconds. Goes to half forward. On the lead, this is O'Hanlon. The sub for Richmond. He looks inside the forward 50. Can they get a late goal again? Launching himself, Revolt. He's taken the mark. 25 metres out on a slight angle.
Fremantle at the moment have got that 8th position too with their live ladder.
So Revolt gets it. He's got 3. They talk about a goal right on the siren. Well, that was it. Meters out. Petrie goes down. Nothing doing. Mark is paid to Rance. Rance drives it towards the outer side wing. Hooley, a left footer in an awkward spot there. Brilliantly done. It was fended back by Cunnington. They'll work it through now. Harvey. He got it from a teammate in Harper. Sends it long down towards full forward. And Petrie stayed on his feet that time and took a very strong mark.
And the irony in all that is that Rance gets the opportunity to actually hit the target with the kick. The ball doesn't hit the target, and then ultimately he pays the price because it's his direct opponent there, Petrie, who takes the mark.
Well, not much to the first one when you look at it in replay. Just 2 strong men, both off balance. Not sure it was a free kick. Wonderful by Rance again. The goal comes after Petrie had the second chance. Point the difference.
Provides some real run and intensity around the ball for it. Here he goes again.
Inside to Atlee. Another runner over the top to right.
Here he goes again.
Harper, who we know can run and carry, decides to go forward, and they've found that one-on-one that Scotty's taped the lingy
And also Harper through that midsection of the ground that the Tigers really controlled in the third term.
This will be his 40th goal for the season. He came off equal career high 7 last week. It's long and it's strong and it's straight, and the Kangaroos are back in the 8 for the moment.
Final term of the MCG on a Sunday in front of a big crowd. Certainly for two sides outside the 8. Well taken by Bastanak. Sends it long down towards full forward. Petrie again. Oh, Petrie. Rance has battled so well and so manfully, but just for the moment he's losing the fight. The bigger body, the taller man, is now starting to put his name in the frame.
And Dennis, the damage done too at the stoppage. There were just too many North Melbourne players that were running free at that stoppage. Thomas came straight off the interchange into the stoppage to provide an extra number there.
Drew Petrie has kicked 40 goals, 12 behinds this season. Impeccable kicking. And he puts this one through. He gets another, and suddenly North Melbourne pull away. Conker tackled too high. He's got the ball just forward of the wing. Now the Tigers need to make a move. He goes all the way back to Rance. Rance takes off. Goes very short. Gives it to D. And Rance deciding against pushing past. Now he's got it and he takes off around the outer side. It's like a stage of the Tour de Rance. He runs down towards half forward. Long kick towards the pocket. Big pack. And it's a mark in front for the Tigers. Tuck. So Tuck will line up from 20 metres out. The swings and roundabouts at play here this afternoon at the MCG.
That is a strong contested mark there too, but why wouldn't Grimer be trying to punch? I mean, why would that be the first thing on his mind there? Through deep.
So Tucky, what do we think? Then he comes, sends it on its way, and it's good. 2 goals to Tuck. He's playing on a 1-year contract. People aren't sure still, but he keeps on performing. Petrie has to wait. What did Tom Petty say? The hardest part is the waiting. Knocked away there from Petrie. Running away is Edwards. Hand pass comes forward from Grigg. Bit of a fumble. Deledio. In goes Harvey. Couldn't control it. Well done Bastanak, or sort of. Deledio put the body in. Tuck hand passes to Ellis. Ellis the high ball. They'll meet at the footy. Back goes McMillan. Did okay for North. Ball runs free. Tracking it back there is Atley. He accelerates Atley. Jams it on the boot.
Bastanak did pretty well. Got it forward and a high tackle. They were just a little sloppy.
Gee, how's him pushing back into the distance? Good long run up too. Can have a lot of momentum through the ball.
Gee, struck it beautifully. That's a goal. It was a goal the moment he left his boot. Tuck, the unlikely hero, up forward. Ellis.
He's a good kid, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a good. He hasn't missed a game, Tim. I mean, it's pretty remarkable with the rigours of AFL footy in your first season to play every game so far. Martin clever. McMahon, big play. Can he get it over the top? Good play by McMahon. He got it down the line. That was a big win against Martin. He's a hard man to bring down. Martin McMillan got it from Anthony. Campbell with run and carry to Cunnington. This is important. Off a step. Hanson forward. Oh, that's a free kick. That's silly, McGuire.
He didn't need to do that. The kick put him under a lot of pressure, but he had to play it better than that.
And what about the hand pass by McMahon in the grasp? This went like a kick. It's gone about 30 metres.
It was fantastic, wasn't it? They worked it well, the Kangas, didn't they? And that was just, it just didn't have to do it.
Just that size of Petrie has troubled them in this last quarter in particular.
Well, unbelievably, the last time, or ironically maybe, he kicked 7 goals in a match. He kicked 6 the next week. Let's see if he can do it tonight. And he has. It was against the Tigers, wasn't it? They're back in front. They're in the 8. It was. He's outside range, and that's saying something. Pops it up. Revolt, can he launch? Not quite. Can Swallow, or Touchy Swallow was good. He played it like a really good captain plays it.
That was marvellous by Swallow. Slips a hand pass away like Atley, developing every week. Thomas, Bastanak. Now an opportunity for Adams. This is reminiscent of Hawthorn yesterday. Surging forward, Anthony over the top. Harper almost too slow. Back to Anthony. After the week he's had, will he kick the goal? No, he slips it over the top. Petrie will go in and get another one. Petrie's got 7. Is that 5 in the term? It is.
Gee, that was great play then by Swallow. I think there was, I counted 9. There may have been 10 handballs in that chain. Not one kick until this one right here. And this bloke's played an enormous last quarter of footy. Back to the top. Let's see what sort of run they got here with their spread. They're out if they can get the ball out quickly.
Conker to Cochin. He gives it away. Spilt there by Hansen. The sub. Campbell has had an influence. Oh, you can't have much more of an influence than that. He gets the sealer.
Well, Hansen really should have marked that. It was a terrible kick for Richmond. Hansen should have marked it, but this super little sub, and that's his, well, poor old Damien Hardwick. That's his Petrie with space on the gone. So Richmond have got one last dice to roll, and it's in good hands.
Well, the man who made the errant kick coming out moments ago got the football there. Cochin slipped it across towards Ellis, who's been very good. Ellis goes to Conker. Time the enemy now. We're down to 3.5 minutes. Conker inside the forward 50. Nahas. He flirted with the idea of going. Revolt wants it long. Deledio wants it short. Nahas. Well, he splits the difference and kicks a goal. He's got 3. That's leadership.
He was magnificent in the way he went in, but he just...
Come on, Jack, move.
Umpire was right there. Tigers here with control of the ball. Deledio with that long kick to full forward. Build it away. Can Richmond get back? It'll be a goal. Edwards has kicked it off the side of his boot.
Will it go to review? The North Melbourne players.
Let's go. Yeah, can we check the vision, please? Yep, no. The goal umpire believes it's a goal. The goal umpire believes it's a goal, but he would like to check the vision.
You get the feeling the Richmond players know it hit the post because they're arguing that they shouldn't be going to review.
Well, that's inconclusive, that angle.
That's right. Very hard to see the bodies there.
That's inconclusive, that angle.
Yeah.
And if there's not a better angle, then it'll stay with the umpire's decision.
Yeah, so it should.
I think it's a goal.
Well, you can't tell from that angle.
How clever was that of Edwards?
I think it's a goal. Review complete. Pay the goal.
It's a goal.
Oh.
Wow. 5-point game, nearly 3 minutes on the clock.
Plenty
the
of time
last 2
now.
goals have come within about 30 seconds, so how many more twists and turns are we going to see at the MCG this afternoon?
You could not have asked for more, Dennis. I mean, we came here with a spring in our step today, didn't we? Thought this will be a really good game. I mean, there's so much to play for. It's been colossal.
We're not always right, Bruce, but we got this one.
2 out of 3 aren't bad.
Well, North Melbourne are going to go with a 4-man forward line, so there's the 6 Richmond players behind the ball. I don't reckon they need the 6. They're going to push one player up the ground, even the crowd's their own forward line.
Absolutely. 5 points the difference. Marriage, kick was smothered. They battle in there. Deledio's got it, claimed immediately by Wells, wrestled away by Adams. Umpire will do it again. Cunnington finishing up with the footy. Goldstein. Jackson wanted to be third up, knocks it down. Gibson goes in, wins the football for North. On top of him is Cochin. And the clock continues to run. Well, no, it's stopped for the moment at least. 103 plays 98.
Need a 3rd man up here, Dennis.
Well, Grigg did that, knocked it down. Tuck went in. Harvey slapped it out. Chance for Campbell, fed it forward. Thomas slipped over. Campbell, that was clever. Cunnington, Bastanak. They go forward, but they're outnumbered. Wonderful, courageous mark coming back by Rance. And that's the problem. You go short on the forward line. A goal would seal it. Oh, brilliant stuff by Thomas. Lunging across the boot of McGuan. And it takes a deflection and goes out of bounds.
This is where the Campbells and Thomases are really put. They need to get to every contest
They
here,
do.
North, don't they?
This is where the cool heads are good too.
They need to take time and space away. Bastanak, that handball out wide. Now, Harvey knows where he's at. He's got some opposition against him. That ball is a free kick to Morris, not paid. On the up, great handball coming out, and Hurley gets it from Grigg. And the Tigers are on. O'Hanlon got that original handball. Every 50-50 important. No free kick against Nahas. Who gets this footy? Nahas wanted it so much. No high tackle paid, and it'll be a ball up.
The umpire will swallow their whistle at this stage of the game too. Great attack on the ball there by Nahas.
Still plenty of time, a minute and a half for both teams, but
Richmond have got 2 players behind the ball though now. They actually need to even up the numbers here.
Quite right. Goldstein, Hooley in the opposite direction. Jackson, Cochin in good hands. Not far enough though. Harvey, ditto. Right man for the right time. Slips it over the top. Cunnington. Well, too cool. Came across towards Tuck. Now Jackson scrambles a kick out. It bounces down towards the forward pocket. Good defence there initially by Grimer over the top. Or was it Thompson? Thompson trying to get it out of bounds. And then Ferrito. So 1:06 remaining. 1:03 to 98.
Can Richmond do something from the stoppage? Marriage to Grigg. Oh, it was there on his boot. How good was Marriage there? Grigg had a real chance and he just gave it a hook at the end.
They've got to lock down now the Tigers, or this could be the ball game. A couple of kicks could run out the clock.
Adams is free here. Being picked up now.
Do you know North Melbourne have lost 3 games this year by 2 points? So that ball out wide. Deledio been so good. Belts the ball back in forward. Good tackle. Tigers, though, with that point in front. Campbell. Back he goes. Grimer.
Oh, there we go.
So North, it is 103 to 99 on the burst. Worlds, we've talked about his game today. Gets it forward. Could Petrie do it again? Now the time's a worry.
Down to 25 seconds. Tigers have to take it the length of the ground. They need some luck now. Is it riding with them? Ellis into the path of Hooley. Coming across on the angle. Adams. Oh, terrific. He tested the shoulder right there. Backhanded it back. Marriage. We're down to 8 seconds. Trying to get through. McGuan slams it forward. Time's going to beat the Tigers. Over the football. Hansen goes back. As cool as you like. As cool as Larry Ender. And they've done it. What a game of footy. Hard luck for the Tigers. North Melbourne prevail. So North Melbourne jump into the top 8 again.
Last week. And today for it. And look at Scotty. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Just take 4 points. Just anyway.
So we've got a massive Friday night coming up with Essendon and Hawthorn. And a season that just seems to be getting better by the week, doesn't it? I can't remember one as good as this.
It's like finals all the way into this final series, isn't it? Each week there's so much hinging on the result of the games. A great reaction.
You've heard of August finals. We know September finals. You feel like they're late July finals right now. It's a magnificent match. The stakes were oh so high. North Melbourne, by winning by 4 points, get themselves into the 8 tonight in an absolute...